Hey everybody, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my February TBR. So yeah, let's get to it. The first book on my February TBR is going to be Black Powder War by Naomi Novik. This is the third book in the TBR series, which is a series that I've been working my way through, and if you watch one of my recent videos, you'll know that I am trying to get through all of the series that I've started. And so this will get me a little bit closer and is actually inside of a series that I'm working on instead of, starting more series. The next book on my February TBR is going to be Mortal Sins by Eileen Wilkes. This is the fifth book, I believe, in the World of the Lupi series. I'm not going to show you the cover just because, again, it's a little bit explicit for no good reason. But yeah, again, a series that I'm working on. So this one I may or may not get to because, as you'll see later in the video, I am going to be working on some Dresden Files books and I am a lot closer to finishing that series. But I did want to have this one on here just because I suspect that I'll need another lighter book in my TBR because it might take me a while to get through Black Powder War if it's as slow as the second TBR book. The third book on my TBR is going to be The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. This is the second book in the Kingkiller Chronicles. I started the series 2 years ago and I didn't think about it too much after I read it, even though I enjoyed it. And then of course it's hard to get motivated to read a book when the next book isn't out and may never be out. So yeah, but I've decided that I really want to knock this off of my list of open series that I haven't completed. So I'm going to just knock this book out, hopefully, and try to finish out that series. And maybe I'll pick up The Slow Regard of Silent Things this month as well. I know that they have some of those editions at my half-price books, but we'll see about that. The next book on my February TBR is going to be Changes by Jim Butcher. This is one of the Dresden Files books. I honestly don't remember at what point I am anymore, but this is the next book for me. You'll find out in my January wrap-up what I read, but this is what I'll be at by February. I may actually finish this week before I get this video up, in which case then it'll be in my January wrap-up and you'll know that it's done. The next book on my TBR is going to be Side Jobs by Jim Butcher. This goes after Changes and before Ghost Story. It's a collection of short stories in the Dresden Files, and I should be able to get to this next month. It shouldn't be too long, I anticipate, because a collection of short stories is always a pretty fun, quick read. The next book in my February TBR is Ghost Story by Jim Butcher. This is, of course, the next one after the two that I've just listed, and I hope to get to this in February as well. The last book on my February TBR is a book that may or may not appear on many TBRs in the future, which would be Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. I have been reading this book for a few months, to be honest. I quit reading it at one point, and it's been sitting on my bedside table ever since. I'm about halfway through, so it shouldn't take me too long to finish. Well, it might. It's just really slow. It's brilliantly written, though, and I've been enjoying it. I just haven't picked it up in a minute. Ignore that ding from my phone. But, yeah. I may also pick up a romance book for February just because that seems appropriate. I'm not sure which one. I may have an idea or two listed here on the screen, but if you have any suggestions for romance or fantasy romance that I might read this February, just let me know down below. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, everybody. Bye.